The story of the Amistad is a gripping and historically significant tale of a slave ship revolt that led to a landmark legal battle and ultimately contributed to the abolitionist movement in the United States. In early 1839, a group of 53 Africans, primarily from the Mende tribe of what is now Sierra Leone, were captured and sold into the transatlantic slave trade. They were transported to Havana, Cuba, where they were fraudulently classified as native-born Cuban slaves. From Havana, they were loaded onto the Spanish schooner La Amistad, destined for sugar plantations along the Cuban coast. The Amistad set sail on June 28, 1839, under the command of Captain Ramon Ferrer. However, the captives, led by Cinque P., later known as Joseph Cinque, managed to free themselves from their chains. On the night of July 1, 1839, they revolted, killing the captain and some of the crew, while sparing the lives of the ship's navigator, Pedro Montes, and another Spaniard, José Ruiz, under the condition that they would sail the ship back to Africa. Despite their intentions, Montes and Ruiz deceitfully navigated the ship northward, zigzagging along the coast, hoping to encounter a Spanish vessel or make landfall in a place where they could summon help. After about 2 months at sea, on August 26, 1839, the Amistad was intercepted by the USS Washington, a United States Navy brig, near Long Island, New York. The Africans were taken into custody and the ship was towed to New London, Connecticut. There, the captives were imprisoned and faced charges of mutiny and murder. Their plight caught the attention of abolitionists, who formed a defense committee and provided legal assistance, arguing that the Africans had been illegally enslaved and had the right to resist their captors. The legal battle that ensued was complex and highly publicized. The case, United States v. The Amistad, eventually reached the U.S. Supreme Court. Former President John Quincy Adams, a staunch abolitionist, was among the lawyers who argued on behalf of the Africans. Adams passionately contended that the Mende people had been illegally captured and enslaved, and therefore had the right to fight for their freedom. On March 9, 1841, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Africans, declaring that they had been illegally enslaved and were entitled to their freedom. The court ordered that they be released and allowed to return to their homeland. The decision was a significant victory for the abolitionist movement and underscored the growing tensions over the issue of slavery in the United States. Following their release, the Mende captives were taken in by abolitionists while arrangements were made for their return to Africa. In November 1841, with funds raised by abolitionist groups, 35 surviving members of the group sailed back to Sierra Leone, where they were reunited with their families and communities. The Amistad case had a lasting impact on the United States. It highlighted the brutal realities of the transatlantic slave trade and galvanized the abolitionist movement. The case also exposed the legal and moral contradictions of a nation founded on the principles of freedom and equality, yet still deeply entrenched in the institution of slavery. The legacy of the Amistad continues to be remembered as a powerful symbol of resistance and justice. It is commemorated in various forms, including literature, art, and film, most notably in Steven Spielberg's 1997 movie Amistad. The story serves as a poignant reminder of the struggle for human rights and the enduring fight against oppression and injustice. Please subscribe to the channel.